So the reason why I did a part 2 is because I want to make sure too that you see who is these people who become gods and feel empowered, interacting with us target individual. Those are just the bottom feeders. They're losers. When I mean losers, I mean that they're just nobodies. They could be doing whatever they do in their life, but we're talking about people in that level, just chilling, doing these horrible things to us. These people want you to think this is anything but this massive government doing that to us. They want you to think that this is just anything but this massive government that's doing these horrible things to us. The Department of Defense, yes, the same Department of Defense that in 2019, a bill was created called End National Defense Network Abuse Act. I think the bill number was S1413. Was meant to attempt to limit the amount of child porn being trafficked using the DoD network, because apparently they were being ranked so high for trafficking the most child porn in the United States of America. The network, yes, the DoD network, the internet network. Look it up. So you have these clowns here coming in all shape or form. I have coworkers every day tell me, oh, we're going to torture you worse than... Because what at this point they can't deny it is there's a lot of women being tortured. There's a lot of children being tortured. At least there's a lot of women. And these people are trying to play these protectors of women and children. You know how sometimes they try to play it off. It's like, oh, you never done anything, huh? I'm like, what? You talk about a program where atrocities of torturing women is happening. You talk about doing anything. We're talking about atrocities. You know what I mean? You know what the life of this destroying the life of women mean? Like, would you understand what you're in? And they get all like weird and just start acting. I'm like, look at this. Do you understand what you're part of, right? Oh, in case you don't know. Oh, let me just make sure I bring that in your face. Because you doing this easy thing looking like that, or using this Perps like that. Oh, please understand. Just because they facilitated the way you can do horrible things to people, doesn't mean those things are not being happen. They're not happening. When you see women in this level of sufferance because their genitals are being burnt, do you understand? These people, they gone into something else. They try to normalize being involved in something that does horrible things, atrocities, and then try to play feminist and be like, no, we're doing it for her, and that we're doing it. This is the face of sufferance. If you involve in a program that does these things to women, but you tell me that you're going to torture me more than that, and that is okay, then you delusional trash. And that's the things they try to block out. But the manipulations, the psychological manipulation that we go through, this is the face of how disgusting we get when we're manipulated in these disgusting ways. When you see somebody looking this disgusted, because the brain, our thoughts are manipulated. And what this person was saying is this thoughts of pedophilia. This is the face of just mental torment. These losers, right? You see how they are. The strength of somebody who can torment you remotely. That's what they have. Oh, you're strong. Some purpose before that say you like children. She said that in different language because they're talking about it in a pedophilia way. Trash ass. Now we know who like children the way you're trying to insinuate. The way you're trying to make it sound like. Why do you think that Bill S1413 was created in 2014? And sorry, 2019? They tried to flip to something else. In 2019? Because there only so much child porn? Yes. S1413, that was not created in 2014, which I know why they tried to create their fantasy too. But in 2019, when the V2K thing started with me, it's because in 2018, the DoD was ranked oh, I'm not going to say that number because they're going to try to rewire it. It's about blocking our reality. It's because in 2019, the DOD network was ranked the top tier child porn trafficking in the United States. Oh, in 2016, remember Payne, your Payne, Daniel Payne, who was shocked by the amount of child porn he saw on this employee's computers was unbelievable. That's why this trash is making those campaign with trash. In every way, it's been validated. These trash are the pedophiles and the low life. Try to recreate reality. That's why they make nose campaign. They can't even say Roy Moore. I don't know if you can hear nose campaign in the hallways. This person, if I open the door and I say, hey, say Roy Moore, he will say, well. Huh. He knows. So for me, I'm so thankful. And by the way, what they say, they're going to charge me by using their children to frame me. That's an indication of how protective of children they are. But the nasty manipulation was disgusting. The deal is disgusting. But I'm so thankful to God. There's something, the only thing that's worse than what's going to happen to me and what's happening to me is to, if I live my life doing the shit that they do, as easy as it is, you see, there's nothing hard about it. These people, PJs and comfortable clothing, they could do these horrible things, then go somewhere, enjoy their whatever. That's the life I would be scared to live. Not today. Today, look at them. Do these people look like they're scared of anything at this point? No, please God. Please. You know, I'm hearing these people saying how they're gonna arrest. I'm just looking forward to seeing them. You have these clowns like this, that easy, doing these horrible things. I honestly know that when this frame is applied, it's gonna be horrible. But I look so forward to seeing these losers in their face. Like, I just want to see this trash. You know, this persona is so I'm so not even going with it. They do everything. They're using it too. You'll try. You can't even say Roy Moore. This pedophile. I gotta calm down, because they try to agitate me. These bottom feeders have been purely humbled. It's funny. I was interacting with somebody who saying things, and I'm like, these people are out of touch of reality to this level. She was telling me how, you know, people getting humbled and everything else. And I'm like, and I think she was trying to talk about me. It's like, I'm the one being humbled. These perps here, including you, have been calling yourself gods. Watching me slowly die. I've been making videos asking God to give me strength for the horrible things I'm going to go through. And I've been praying and asking God to give me strength for a long time. I think this person now started praying. That's all I can say. But she didn't have to before when she started to employ me. The way they can block our reality is scary, but I'm glad they do it. Because reality is going to come in regardless. It's going to come in ways. It's like, okay, God, do you, God? Oh, you humble him, but you're the one calling yourself God. You came and say, Roy, okay. Do your thing. You humbled him, okay. This person, okay. You're the one, okay. You gods are the one humbling people, okay. You here, doing these horrible things to men and women, involving a program that caused this level of atrocities, calling yourself gods. Okay. And you know what they're saying? We're going to humble you by framing you using our children. Jesus. They are trying to just try to lose themselves away with my torture. But man, what's waiting for them is scarier than whatever I'm going to go through. Me, the horrible tormenting torture I'm going to go through, I will go through it with some kind of dignity in the sense that, thank you, God, I didn't live life doing what they do. Thank you, God, I can never be associated to some kind of horrible things that can cause this kind of torment to anybody. This trash. are connected to this. To be my gods, they gotta be connected to this. To tell me how I'm nothing, I'm like, I'd rather be a nothing than gods like you. And I am never gonna identify with this nasty pedophilia thing. And I'm so glad that who has empowered them to be these gods?
Top level security clearance. Remember, these are why are so many pedophiles allowed to be given top level security clearance? Remember, these aren't just people walking in off the street and saying, hey, can I get hired? Can I get a job? You're put through an extremely rigorous background check screening process. It's called an SSBI, single scope background investigation. There are people, they interview you, they interview your family, they interview your contacts, they go through your online footprint, they go through everything. So why is it that when they're going through these footprints, they're not checking, these digital footprints, they're not checking for so many pedophiles getting through their...
They tell me how they robbed me, adding more to their blessings. I want them to do all the foulest things they can do. And blocking out what has been happening, what they're doing that to me. You heard this, man. Why is there so many pedophiles in these entities that obviously run this program? You think these people in their pages are the one running this target videos? Stay strong. This level of validation is just that alone is magical.
Daniel Payne, a top Pentagon security official, said that when workers' computers were examined, the amount of child porn I see is just unbelievable. Is this something?
This is magical. You know why they want to see the 2014 thing? They try to bring back when I followed somebody called Ocean on Snapchat, thinking she was an adult because she looked older than her age. And to them, it's like validation. You see, proof. I was like, she looked like an adult, so you have proof that I thought this person was an adult. And they're like, Robert. They couldn't say this name for some reason. I don't know why, but they're saying his name.
And go a food courting. More. Moore even went to the mall to get into the holiday spirit. One woman recalls that she was 14 and working as Santa's helper at the Gadsden Mall in 1977 when Moore first spoke to her and told her she would look pretty. 2 years later, when she was 16, he asked her out on dates. He hit on one of Santa's elves. Well, a true evangelical, he's putting the Christ back in Christmas. Wow. And...
It goes on, and they make fun of all the nasty things he was allegedly doing. To hear them try to be fierce, and one of them was so comical, still trying to sound fierce via V2K. They were like, Roy, like Jesus. Whatever sufferings and torment I go through, thank God I'm not living like this whole life. You hear the noise campaign they try to create to make me identify, not even to make me scared of these things. To tell me, oh, we got you. I was like, oh God. These people are trash. That find empowerment in these horrible things because they can feel like God's being able to manipulate human beings, but they're trash doing horrible things to even children. I know that. I know what they truly are. I don't identify with this manipulation, whatever things they try to put together. Well, they can't even say the name of men who allegedly pick up kids from fucking YMCA. Excuse my language. It's just like, knowing that. It's like, I hate what I'm going through, but just having that ability to say things like that to this trash, I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, God. Because it's so easy to do what they do. And I don't know if, like, the level of childlike they can make themselves be. They're like, oh, we got you. It's like, of course, the government is destroying me. Look how embarrassing life is for them sometimes. To try to make me believe that this is anything but this massive government, and I can even just do this.
okay. So they'll say, we're the Russian government, we're the Chinese government, we're evil aliens, we're Satan's, satanic ritual abuse. And I've heard all these stories. One guy believed it was some 14-year-old kid with an Xbox that lived next door. The trickery really is that great when you're under hypnosis that people will believe something other than a massive government could do.
They're clowns. Like, the same massive government that you hear the issues with these pedophilia issues. This massive government, let me just bring that up.
Computers may be used to view, create, or circulate such horrifying images as a shameful disgrace, and one we must fight head-on, Spanberger said in a statement. According to child pornography watchdog Internet Crimes Against Children Child Online Protective Services, the Defense Department network consistently ranks in the top tier of Internet service providers for trafficking child pornography.
Top tier. I stopped there because I know they try to rewire reality. So
Berger is the co-author to this bill. She said this, quote, the notion that the Department of Defense's network head-on work. Is it fair then to the tens of thousands who are completely innocent to further allow that much more government intrusion into their, their digital devices or the things that they're dealing with on their computers?
Well, remember that what's being talked about here is not an intrusion into someone's personal device or even their home. This is about saying Department of Defense computers are being misused to share, to spread, to access child pornography. And
to the level of being top tier. And they were trying to counter that. They have this under this impression that I think because their way they present themselves, they have this like gender feminist, and they're like, oh, one of the co-author is this like woman, and she's she was in the intelligence community, which guess what, in the CIA they bunch of pedophiles too. And there's like, you see that we're protecting in the bill. You know what this bill is supposed to do? That's the saddest part. Like, they're proud about this thing that shows actually the issue. This bill, like this man said, it doesn't go into their personal computers. No, not that. Well, all it does, as he mentioned, is going to the computers given to them by the Department of Defense. It's looking into the computer defense computers. So the computers given to these employees by their employer, which is the DoD, and making sure those computers are not being used or misused to download child porn. So basically say, hey, pedos, do not use our computers given to you from our work to download child porn. Do that on your own home. They're not even trying to stop the pedophiles coming in. When you heard this man earlier on say, for these people to be employed in the first place, the level of background that they go through means that they know that these people are pedophiles and still employ them. But these people go so far that not only they know these people are pedophiles, but these pedophiles are even using the computers given to them by the Department of Defense. You think the Department of Defense don't know this? This is so sad. And like, we passed that. What? You passed what? This pedophile won't be able to use your computers. This is stupidity. This is sad. It's a way to just kind of try to make it look like they're doing something. It's clown ass. And they're here now with you. I paid the we have trash us. These people who work for these pedos. This is nothing to be proud of. This is embarrassing. It doesn't even do anything. It's not even stopping pedophiles. It's just stopping pedophiles from downloading child porn using the computers given to them by the DoD. You understand how nasty it is? And they try to make it seem like they the one. You didn't do these things. And this thing is nothing. It's so sad. What it needs to be done is like, for those, when they do the background check, they should stop them when they know these people are doing child porn and still contract them, employ them. They know these things in advance. This is the Department of Defense. You think they're going to let anybody be working at the Pentagon without having bad? You think that they're going to be like, it's like, as long as it's not a spy, come in. As long as it's still an asset to us, come in. These people are trash and low life that wanted to paint this facade. You guys are the fucking pedophiles. You've manipulated the brain in this disgusting ways because this is a cognitive warfare type of tormenting. We are used as test subjects by governmental entities with issues with pedophilia by using pedophilia as a tool to break us down. They contract these losers that love this because what happens is it empowers them to be able to partake in the program where technology, super sophisticated, that rewires human beings, mind, even bodies being destroyed. What's happening to my organs are being destructed by these weapons coming from the DOD. And you have losers wearing their PJs trying to make me think it's their money. It's their weaponry. Can you imagine somebody like that try to make you convince these things? And then they use their tonality via V2K. Say live. I was like, you can't even say Roy Moore trash because you know the restriction you have. In every way, clownery. Do you know that some of the child porn they found? They found out on some DARPA program manager on his work computer. Of course, where else? Not his home computer. The computer where the same work where they work on some top tier classified work. Child porn there. And then they send these retards that's supposed to counter this. And today, they do the things they do to everybody else, manipulate me in disgusting ways. You heard it. I gotta be strong. But it's disgusting. And today, a picture like that, and I wanted to save this picture of this baby and her father. I cannot look at this kid, this baby, without getting some nasty reaction. Let me see if I can pull it up. This picture. Wholesome as it gets. A father of this little baby. This is what this ad is supposed to do, is they're supposed to show this wholesomeness. For me, when I see this little girl, the nasty reaction and the sensation they make me have, and then this trash try to make the noise campaign do everything possible for me to identify with this nastiness, I will never. I know who it's so disgusting. This morning, what they start doing, right? I don't know if I have it here. But hopefully I do. Unfortunately, I don't have it here. Yesterday or the day before, I showed a picture in one of my videos. You've seen the video. And I'm like, hey, they're forcing me to have stimulation once again. Look at these kids, barely see the forehead, and they force me to have stimulation, sensation. This morning, this picture comes again. But the sensation is not as intense. It's not that bad. I'm able to see it. Kind of like it's like they reduced it. You know, it was not intense. I just could feel some kind of weird feeling going on in my brain, but it was not intense. It was very light. It was something I could be like, okay, I'm feeling a little weird feeling. But it's just not like a sexual stimulation that's intense. It's just like a weird feeling, like something is going on in my brain. It's just like my brain's a little bit like alert. It's just like they did something to my brain, but it's not the typical intense feeling they make me have. Right? Something closer to who I am, in regard of not this intense feeling. Even though there's still something they put in, it's not something that is just, oh, you know, I can deal with it. It's not. It feels like you just got like some kind of like something just kind of put some like caffeine, not caffeine, but just like my brain just kind of like a feeling just in my brain, not specifically sexual feeling, but just like a weird like alertness, right? Nothing too intense. Definitely can deal with that. If they were doing this kind of things, I would not be like broken down. It was just nothing. And so they're like, oh, you see, that's what you used to feel. So that's a little bit. We decoded you. Actually, that little feeling that they just start going into the bullshit stories. It's like, yeah, just a little bit like that. And I'm like, you're such a clown. You're so clown. And they try to go into my memories, make me have that feeling, right? With just a little thing that's just a little weird feeling. Like, it's just like alertness. It's just a different. And it's like, you see, that's that. But what we were doing actually all along, that was actually this. And we decoded like this clown of low-life trash retards that are so. And they truly wanted me to identify with this retardation. And immediately somebody come, oh, they're so horny, they're gonna do this and that. Oh, you're gonna be raped so much, they're gonna be sutures. Like, listen, God gave me the strength for all these horrible things. But one thing I gotta say, thank you, Lord, that's not my life. I could not live this life. I know what this life is not hard. Look, this is not a hard life. They're not living a hard life at all. These perps are not living a life that is, at least doing that, this is not the hard part of their life. This cannot be. These people, these perps, and this is not really easy. This is but thank you that I never had to be just dumbing myself down and just have this no self-respect. Thank you. Thank you. Can you imagine in every way validation that they force people to have this nasty sexual stimulation? It's like, no, but you had that little feeling there. That little feeling was decoded. It's like, you're such a retard. They decoded it. There was a decodation. Oh, Jesus. For no shame. It's like, do you look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I just really made myself this retarded? You know, I'm letting myself go. It's hard for me to function. And today I'm going to try to like clean myself. But I'm feigning like I'm losing a lot of weight. I don't eat because I'm scared to eat properly. I know my digestive system is not working good. I know that my organs are not working properly. And so it makes me feel nervous about eating. And I can feel my body just breaking down. I don't look good right now. And not to say that I was always looking good, but I'm looking worse than what I used to look. I'm letting myself go. And my facial hair looks this way. I'm thinning out even more. I'm more skinny than I ever been. You know, my eyes got like, and I have my big glasses, and my glass looks bigger now that my face is just shrinking up. My forehead is getting like deformed. It's some like, and so I'm not looking good. And I'm looking at myself in the videos I'm making, and you see they try to play with your self-image, and they're like, you see, you look like I was like trash. I look like somebody who's dying because he's being tormented by trash like you. We're not going to look good. It's because we are breaking down. I'm not saying that Megan doesn't look good, but you can see this woman is suffering. This is a woman suffering, and it's hard to look good under the circumstances that we go through. So that's what's happening to me. They're trying to like make me look at myself in this way. I was like, I'm an honorable human being. I'm dignified. Listen, I know my imperfection. I'm not gonna be out here saying like I'm a perfect being. I know who I am. I truly know me, my flaws and all. And this nastiness that they try to make me see myself as, I'll never identify with that. But I know that I'm not gonna look good. But I'd rather look like trash than do what they do. It's gonna be bad for me. I know these people left. I'd rather die in these horrible ways. I know I can say that, but when I experience it, it's gonna be another level. But there's no point I'll be like, oh my God, I could have been living life like them. Like, I was like, look at this trash. They could be dying of cancer today. But they have lived their life doing that. They're humiliated by the reality of what they're part of. They work for pedophiles. The entities they work for is so pedophilia-centric. They try to be, no, but we passed this bill, what? The bill that say, hey, we're going to look at the computers given to these employees that download so much child porn. So they can stop downloading child porn on the computers given to them by the Department of Defense. They are using these bottom feeders. These bottom feeders go into their fantasy land. I know right now they're loving it. I hope they continue to live this life, but watch me be a prophet. When you can put this kind of thing in their face,
what is referred to as malodorants. This is the alteration of the smell sensation, so that I am often made to smell various things, including smoke, burning, dirty diaper, or baby powder, which they sometimes combine with the pedophilia type of torture, including the threat of...
When can I put that in their face? When I can put this in their face?
This is a common breakdown tactic of belief systems and the human will. In no-touch torture, the techniques are more psychologically specialized for each target. Most common examples include homosexual targets that are forced with voices that are derogatory to their lifestyle and similar mental images. Almost all targets are forced to view child pornography in their minds.
When I can put that in their face? Remember the person that looked...
It is dramatic. It's somebody trying to end my life. It's somebody trying to end who I am as a person. It's somebody trying to take over my mind. But he thought of it. Like, this disgusting.
When I can put that in their face, or I can put this in their face.
Continue. Then in my pet, and suddenly one day that I was petting him, I felt strange, in the sense of the word. I thought lives began a program of perversion. First was with my dog. I am very playful with my pet, and suddenly one day that I was petting him, I felt strange, in the sense of the word. I thought, this is strange, and then afterwards that strange sensation continued. Then in that moment I realized that was impost. So I thought, look at this losers, don't know how to put me down, and they are doing this. So I told them that I know what you are trying to do, and I started laughing. And then I said again out loud, you'll never take my will, ASS. So just to show them that I meant what I said, I kept playing with my dog, and even though that attacks continue, I don't let them get me. Today they continue with the programming of perversion, but this time they are aiming in the use. A people, better said young people, also children and homosexuals.
This sensation, does it sound familiar? The stimulations, does it sound familiar? The pedophilia type of torture, does it sound familiar? It's just too much. And then they're like, no, but you had that little thing, that's the ridiculous. No, you're just manipulating that, and this is not the changing memories, try to recreate things in this nasty version to make me accept this manipulation, these sensations. To the point where they reduce it completely, have me have like this weird sensation that's just not the same, but just like something, just like it just feels something just being like experienced, but just small reaction, like a small sensation of some sort. And be like, no, but you see it was decoded in these ways. It's so nasty. So for me, what's also breaking me down is just how like childish it is. It's like, oh, it's embarrassing. Like, it embarrasses me almost. It's crazy. But target individuals stay strong. Whatever happens, death comes to all of us. They can make themselves forget that, but there's no forgetting. It's gonna come in the way. But for me now, at this point, I'm gonna be a prophet. Hey, Perps, you will die. See, once again, I'm a prophet. I'm a prophet. You'll get sick. I'm a prophet. You'll be reimbursed. I'm a prophet. You'll get chores. I'm a prophet. To all my target individuals, stay strong.